Alright, what's going on, everybody? So in this video, what we're gonna be doing is just giving you a starting lineup of only the 5 fragrances every man needs in their collection. So with this whole fragrance hobby, again, it can get kind of daunting looking at and being recommended all these various scents from all over the world, all this designer, all these niche, all these clones, cheapies, non-cheapies, expensive, luxury. At the end of the day, all we want to do is we want to be able to have a fragrance for each setting that we find ourselves in. We want to be able to smell good in each setting and in each occasion, okay? So this whole wide array of fragrances that exist in the world, especially as a man, we can really limit that and bring it down. People always ask, how many fragrances should I have? How many fragrances do I need in my collection? We can really bring that down to about 5 fragrances, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a fragrance for each setting and each occasion that you're gonna need, okay? The first and foremost setting is for a daytime fragrance. Now, before we even get into which one I'm gonna be recommending, when you think of a daytime fragrance, you're thinking it's sunny outside, you're thinking it's possibly hot weather. You want something that is gonna be fresh and clean for the outdoor weather, for the outdoor occasions. Maybe you're going out to an outdoor party, maybe going out on a picnic, you're running errands during a sunny day out in the city. So what you want is something like this one here. This is number 1. And this is Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP Intense. So Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP Intense is gonna have your ginger, it's gonna have juniper, it's gonna have bergamot, sage, lavender, geranium, and vetiver, okay? So obviously many people know of Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP and they know of Yves Saint Laurent Y Le Parfum. The difference with those two is that the Y EDP has a apple and ginger note in there that's really pronounced, and it can kind of come off a bit tart and a bit too spicy. And then the Y Le Parfum is more, in my opinion, because it's sweeter, even though I love it, it can come off more of a nighttime clubbing or even a day night scent. I think the Y EDP Intense, this one here, the newest formulation, is the best and most appropriate for, out of those flankers, for a daytime fragrance, okay? So now we got the daytime fragrance out the way, okay? Check. Now the next season and occasion that we're probably gonna be thinking about and looking for is a work/office fragrance. Now, what's the difference between a daytime and a work office fragrance, right? A work office fragrance is gonna have a level of masculinity if we're talking about for a man, and it is gonna still be fresh, but it could possibly have a little bit more spiciness to it, a little bit more of that pronouncement, a little bit more of that no nonsense, that man's appeal. So you're gonna look to have something with a little bit more edge to it, so to speak. So with that, I would go with something like this. This one here is called Terre d'Hermès. So Terre d'Hermès, one, is one of those fragrances really that can, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. It is very popular. You're gonna have orange, grapefruit, pepper, and vetiver as some of the main notes in here. Now, the reason why I say you're either gonna love it or hate it is because that orange and pepper and grapefruit can come off a little bitter for some people. So that's the only thing I would warn against. If you don't like orange or grapefruit, if you wanna stay away from those, then I would go with something a little bit more fresh, clean, like fresh out the shower laundry. So that's your Prada L'Homme, that's your Prada Luna Rosas, rather than this one. But this one, because of the vetiver, because of the pepper, because of the grapefruit, the citrus, it is a very popular, mass-pleasing office fragrance, okay? Something fresh, masculine, and spicy that'll get the job done for you, okay? So we got those two out the way. Now, the next setting, obviously after work, you might have to go out to the club, you want to let out some steam for the weekend, so you're gonna need a night out clubbing fragrance, okay? Now, when you think about a night out clubbing fragrance, you want something that's a little bit more loud, a little bit more bold, and a little bit more projecting. So you're gonna probably want something with a level of aromaticity, so maybe in Broxton, if you can find a fragrance with that. But bottom line, you want it long lasting because you're gonna be out for quite a bit of an evening. You're gonna be probably out active, hang with people, and you wanna be able to stand out in a crowd, more importantly. So with that, I would go with this one here. This one is Azzaro, the Most Wanted, and this is the Parfum, the Most Wanted Parfum. The beautiful thing about this fragrance is that it's only 3 notes: ginger, woody notes, and bourbon vanilla. Now, out of the Azzaros, you're not gonna be able to go wrong with any of them. So you got Once Upon a Night, you got the Most Wanted, and you got the Most Wanted Parfum. This one, I would say, is the most appropriate for the clubbing setting just because it's the smoothest, right? The Most Wanted has a level of ginger and complexity that, while it does stand out, the ginger note can be a bit much for some people. Then the Most Wanted that all black bottle has a level of toffee in there, where toffee is not for everybody. For me, it's this one right here, the Most Wanted Parfum, is the simplest as far as a fragrance that will be able to get the job done, be a nice clubbing fragrance, but then it'll also still be able to get the job done as far as everything else, all right? Now the next setting we got is for those intimate times, those intimate days where you're going out on a date night, right? So you want a date night fragrance. Well, and this one I love so much. This one here is Dior Homme Intense. Okay, Dior Homme Intense, first off, smells so good. You don't have this one in your collection, and you need it. You need it. I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. You're gonna have lavender, iris, you can have musk, pear, Virginia cedar, and vetiver, okay? So a nice herbal, musky, and then a level of woods and vetiver in the fragrance, but it's so smooth too. It's really good, masculine but aromatic date night fragrance. Definitely, women love it. Women are always complimenting it. Every time I've worn it, I've always gotten a compliment on it. So again, yes, while it is mass pleasing, yes, while it is popular, it is still popular, it's still selling, it still goes for what it goes for a reason, all right? Now the last setting is for those special occasions where you're not going out, it's more of a night in, you know, maybe Netflix and chill, or you know, you're just hanging with your special someone. So you want something a little bit more intimate, something that is just for that special person. You want your Netflix and chill fragrance. And so with that, the difference between a date night fragrance and a Netflix and chill fragrance, right, is that a Netflix and chill fragrance is a little bit more intimate, it's a little bit more subtle, and it's also a little bit more close to the skin. So it's not gonna project as much. So it's meant to kind of be close to the skin. It's meant for somebody to be in close encounters. It's meant for that. So you would want something that doesn't project as far, but you want it to really smell good and aromatic. And I would go with something like this here, Dolce & Gabbana the one Eau de Parfum. All right, so this one's gonna have grapefruit, coriander, basil, cardamom, ginger, amber, tobacco, and cedar. So very aromatic fragrance, especially with the cardamom. That is one of those notes that really turns heads, really is good when it comes to ladies' reactions. Then you're gonna have your amber and tobacco, that musk, and then that spiciness is really something that creates a level of masculinity, a very manly fragrance, but also very aromatic fragrance where women love it, okay? So again, daytime fragrance, we're gonna go with this one here. This is White EDP Intense. Office fragrance, we're gonna go with this one here. This one is Terre d'Hermès. Night out fragrance, we're gonna go with this one here. This one is the Most Wanted Parfum. Date night fragrance, we're gonna go with this one here, Dior Homme Intense. I'm telling you, get this, get this, get this. And then for your night out, for your Netflix and chill fragrance, last but not least, Dolce & Gabbana the one Eau de Parfum. All right, so again, fragrance doesn't have to be simple. Get yourself nice, mass-pleasing perfumes if you just want to get something to have. You want to have every setting accounted for. All right, 5 fragrances, that's all you need. Get them, have them ready for you, and then you can start to build your collection from there, all right? That'll do it for today. Again, fellas, I appreciate y'all. Everybody who's continued to support the channel, engage, comment, like the video. I love talking to you guys in the comments, and then continue to do so. Like, subscribe, tell me what fragrance videos y'all want to do next. We'll get it done for you. All right, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Much love.